Okay. So guys, in today class, we are going to discuss about something wireless. Okay. So anyone, do you guys know something about the wireless? How actually the wireless uh, work in the real time scenario? Anyone? I think in CCNA class, I just tell you something about the wireless. If you guys aware something.
In combination with the Meraki.
Yes, exactly. So, in wireless network, first of all, understand in the real time network, what are the component you guys will get in the wireless? First, AP. AP means access point. Fine. After that, you guys will get the WS. WS means wireless switch. Next, you guys will get something about the Meraki. Then, tell me, server, that is called Cisco ICE, right? Then you guys will get AD. AD means Active Directory. Fine. Basically, as a network engineer, this is not your roles and responsibility to configure the AD. This is the work of server team. Okay, we are not going to configure each and everything. Yes, but we are make sure the connectivity. Okay, so AD, and after AD, nowadays maximum company are using the additional security that is called one login. What is one login? So generally in the wireless network, you guys will get these are the component. So when you join any company and when you look any issues, you guys will see these type of thing in your wireless network nowadays. Fine. And I hope you guys already aware about the PoE. What is PoE? In CCNA class, basic class, I already told you about the PoE.
Power over Ethernet.
Yes, power over the Ethernet. So for example, if in your company there is a CCTV, so that CCTV is connected with the or AP is connected with the wireless switch, right? Na? Yes or no? Yes, and that is PoE. That wireless switch will provide the power also to this AP. So that's the reason it is called PoE. Fine. If you want to understand detail about the PoE, I will share the content with you. Okay. But I think who already completed the switching part, they have already the content, and who they are going to start the CCNA, you guys will get the content. Don't worry. Fine. Now, so just tell me one thing. So these are the components. Now the fact is how actually the wireless network is configured. Anyone know something? Tell me. You guys know something? Okay. See.
There is an AP. AP is connected to Meraki. Meraki is connected to an Cisco IC server.
For example. For example, this is the floor. What is this? This is floor, guys. Definitely on this floor, you guys will configure the multiple AP. Yes or no? Yes, na? Or tell me. Right? So for example, you configured one. This is the AP1. This is AP2 like this. So this is nothing. This is AP. AP1, AP2. Fine. And with this, on this floor, definitely there will be a server room. Which room, guys? Every floor have a server room. In server room, generally, we have a access switch. Right now, on every floor, you are not going to implement the data center, right? In a company, data center always be one. Yes or no? Yes, na? Tell me.
Yes.
So on a floor, there will be a hub room. That is called hub room. Okay. In hub room, generally we have a what? Access switch, wireless switch, CCTV switch, like this. Yes, in a company also there is two types of network. I just clear you one thing. In previous class, I told you about the DR. You guys remember? Right now? So generally in maximum company, I can tell you in 90% company, there are two types of DR. First is called normal DR, and you can say main DR. And second will be guys CCTV DR. And that DR manages all your company CCTV network. Right now? Understand? Are you clear now? So in 90% company, there will be a 2DR. For CCTV network, DR will be complete different. And even every setup for the CCTV will be different.
Max D or normal, sir?
Sorry?
Two types means that is two rooms is there.
One I am telling the main DR. Main DR means if I am telling you about the CCTV DR, finally that CCTV DR is also connected with the main DR, because every traffic which is going outside, every traffic will go by main DR only. Clear?
Yes. Distribution switch, main DR means the router.
No, generally we are not installing the router. We are installing the L3 switch, guys.
Okay.
In case of CCTV, maximum company have a structure like this. For example, these are the CCTV. Okay, this CCTV will connect with the access switch. Okay, like this, and this access switch will connect with the, for example, CCTV DR. Okay, after CCTV DR, it will connect with the firewall Palo Alto, and this Palo Alto is again connected with the main DR. Like this. In maximum company, scenario will be like this, and flow will be like this. Fine. And from this DR, for example, if in your company there will be any server where you guys are locating all the recording on or everything, then DR will forward that traffic towards that server like this. Or for example, in many company nowadays are using the cloud. So on DR, we configure the default route, and DR will forward all the traffic towards the cloud. Fine. So all the recording or everything in your company will be stored here on the cloud. Clear? Understand?
Yes, sir.
So guys, this is the hub room. On hub room, we have a access switch, normal access switch. Now after access switch, you have a CCTV switch, right? Na? CCTV access switch. But this is right now we are not going to discuss this one. After that, we have a wireless switch also. Then understand. And generally in 99% case, wireless switch always be standalone. You know what is standalone? Anyone? You guys know there are two types of or you can say there are two ways by which we are installing the devices in our network. First one is standalone and second one is in the stack. Right? For example, if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting my point? If there are 5 switches are there and you connect like this one, and you configure this one, like this. So it means these are in stack. In stack, I told you, in stack, definitely there will be a 5 different switch, but we consider only one. It means if you configure anything on one switch, this will automatically configure on every switches. Right na everyone? Yes or no? Clear na? Are tell me.
Yes, sir.
For example, you take the console of this switch. On this switch, you create the VLAN, for example, 100. Automatically, this VLAN will configure here, automatically. So that is the benefit of stack. Clear now, everyone? And
every 5 switches VLAN 100 is activated.
Yes, automatically on every switches, automatically. Clear na? So that is the benefit of stack switch. You do not need to configure every switches one by one. Okay. But there is a different scenario that is called standalone. Standalone means that is the alone switch. Okay na? That is alone switch. And generally in 99% case, wireless switch always be standalone. Even in maximum case, you guys will get the CCTV switch also standalone. In maximum case, I'm not telling on every cases, but in maximum cases, CCTV switch also be standalone. What is the reason? The reason is, for example, on this floor, on CCTV switch, or you can say this is the also normal switch. This is also 9200 switch. Okay, na? Same as the access switch. Access switch, we are using also CISCO 9200 or 9300 series switch. So on CCTV switch also we are using 92, 9300 switch. So just tell me how many ports will be there? 48 ports? Yes or no? Yes, na? Array, in a switch, how many ports will be there? 48, na? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just tell me, if there are 48 port and if you install one CCTV access switch on the floor, so on one floor, maximum how many CCTV you will install? Not more than 48 generally. Yes or no? अरे tell me. अरे आप एक floor पे 48 पोर्ट से ज्यादा थोड़ी 48 से ज्यादा CCTV थोड़ी ना इंस्टॉल करोगे. Getting my point, everyone? What I'm trying to say, on a single floor, generally, I'm not telling in every cases, maybe on if your company size is very big, your floor is very big, then maybe you will install the more than 48 CCTV on a single floor. But generally, we are not installing more than 40 or 48 CCTV on a single floor, right? Na? So if you are not going to install, then why you need the multiple switch? No need. Yes, na? So that's the reason. In case of CCTV or in case of wireless, generally we have a standalone. Clear? Understand? Anyone? Any doubt?
When we are using stack, sir, because here standalone is using, but stack switches when we are using.
Okay.
No,
I
when
already
we have
told
more
this
than
answer, I think 100 times.
48 user.
Yes. For example, this is the floor. On this floor, for example, 200 users are sitting. So it means all the 200 users are using the internet. Yes or no? Right? Manjunath, yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it means to all 200 users you will provide the LAN. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
अरे आप हर एक यूजर को LAN दोगे ना या नहीं दोगे? LAN दोगे? Yes.
Yes, sir.
It means definitely one, or you can say one interface is connected on the seat and second interface will connect on switch. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? Or in a switch, how many port? 48 port.
48 ports.
How many users are there?
200 users.
It means you need 200 port at least.
Yes, sir.
Right?
There
So
means
just tell me, by the help of one switch, can you manage the 200? No?
No, sir.
It means you need more switch. Right?
More
Na?
switch.
So
Yes,
when
sir.
you divide 200 by 48, around how much, guys? Who can tell me? My mathematics is weak.
Plus 5 switches.
Around
maybe.
5-6 switches. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it means on this floor you need 5 or 6 switches. So what you will do? Either you will install all the 5 switches one by one, but this is mess. We are not installing like this because, for example, if you want to do any configuration, you need to go on every switches and you need to configure each and everything manually, right? So to make these easy, what we are doing, we are configuring all the 5 switches are in a stack like this.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Single switch. Yes, sir.
Yes. Understand? Now I hope you understand. Clear? Are tell me clear na?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir?
Subhajit, do you understand?
Yes, sir. Question, sir. One question.
Yes, please.
सर अगर 5 स्विच को स्टैक में जोड़ना है तो उसके लिए कुछ अलग कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है क्या या फिर यही
अलग कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कुछ नहीं होती है, जस्ट आपको स्टैक केबल यूज करनी होती है. स्टैक केबल अलग से आती है, वो परचेस करनी होती है. और आप स्टैक केबल देख लेना किस तरीके से स्टैक किया जाता है. आई थिंक इस तरीके से होती है. स्विच 1 फॉर एग्जांपल, स्विच 2 and for example switch 3. Let's suppose I have a 3 switch. Generally we configure first one with the last one. like this, and first one with this one, and I think this one is this one. You can check on the Google. Maybe I think this is the scenario. I can show you even, no problem. Let me check.
सर ये कौन से पोर्ट में कनेक्ट होता है ये स्टैक केबल?
स्टैक केबल स्विच के पीछे में एक पोर्ट होती है. आई कैन शो यू. Cisco 9200 switch stack port image. See, this is the stack cable. Okay, and see, you guys are able to see this one. Are you see na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys able to see?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Yes. 3 west. Okay. Yes, sir.
See, these are stack cable. Okay, and basically stack cable. This one. This is the, you can say, slot. Okay, this is the slot of stack cable. Okay, so when you purchase the switch na, you need to install it manually. Okay, आपको जनरली ना ये बाहर की तरफ होता है, इसे अंदर डाल के एक पेचकस से इसे कसनी होती है. ठीक है, टाइट करनी होती है इसे. ठीक है, क्लियर? अब देखो किस तरीके से कनेक्टेड है. ये एक जंबल की तरह कनेक्टेड होता है. ये फर्स्ट वाला हमेशा लास्ट के साथ कनेक्टेड होता है, तभी ये स्टैक बनेगी ये पूरे स्विच की. क्लियर? ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, इफ यू हैव 3 switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3, and if you want to make the stack, so always please remember first switch always be connected with the last one. If you have a 4 switch, then first switch always with the last one. Okay, तभी बनेगी. क्लियर हो गई? अब देखो फर्स्ट वाला किससे कनेक्टेड है? इससे. ये किससे है? इससे. और ये इससे. यानी ये सारे स्विच एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड है अभी. दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टैक. एंड इसी तरीके से स्टैकिंग होती है. डन?
ठीक है, समझ में आया.
अरे क्लियर ना?
यस सर, क्लियर.
Okay, and for example, if all the switches are stacked, and if you want to check if these switches are in stack, yes or no, how can you check? Any idea? Anyone? For example, you need to write one command. So switch. When you write na so switch command, what you will get? You will get all the switches information there which are in the stack one by one. Are you getting my point, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes, no. And you can run one more command. So platform. When you write so platform command, you guys are also able to see all the switches information are there, which are in the stack. So please remember these two commands. These are these two commands used in the troubleshooting, guys. Clear now, everyone? Are tell me, right now? And if you want to check, for example, these are called port. So if you want to check which port is connected with which port, how can you check? Command is so switch stack port. So please, I told you 3 commands, guys. So please always remember these 3 commands. Generally, if you are troubleshooting in real time or switches are in the stack, generally we are using these commands. Okay. Tell me.
Command name, sir. Once again.
I told you 3 commands. So switch, so platform, and so switch stack port. Okay. And generally by default on a Cisco switch, stacking is by default enabled in 99% case. Fine. If anyhow or any chance stacking is not enabled, so if you want to enable, the simple command is stack port enable. So this is the command to enable the stacking. But I told you again, in 99% case it is already by default enabled. Done? Are you tell me? Okay, na? And
yes.
generally, for example, these 4 switches are in the stack, and generally what we are doing, among all the 4 switches, 1 switches will become the master. Please remember. Fine. And 1 will become the slave and rest become the member. Master means you need to configure the thing on master, and by default on all the other switches by default configured. You do not need to configure each and every one. You just need to take the console of master. Understand, guys? Yes or no?
So by using pen drive, sir?
Sorry?
By using pen drive only?
How you take the console? Just tell me one thing.
Oh, SSH only console. Okay.
Yes, generally we are doing the console either by using SSH or either you put the console cable like this, right? Na? Manually, right? So generally on, if you work in the real time, na, generally on switch, we configure the management VLAN. For example, we configure management VLAN. For example, 115. That is our management VLAN. Every company have different management VLAN. For example, I am just telling you. On VLAN, we create one VLAN here, VLAN 115. Then we configure interface VLAN 115 IP address. For example, 10.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. It means this IP address is called which IP address, guys? Management IP. That is called management IP. Are you clear na? Yes or no? Right na? So it means this is the 10.0.0.1. This is the IP address of this stack now. And this IP address will be present on which switch? Master. So for example, if you are working from home and if you want to take the console, you just open the putty and you write 10.0.0.1 and press enter. What you will do? You just take the console of this stack. Getting my point, everyone? Yes or no? So by this way, we are taking the console of the switch. Understand? Anyone who do not understand? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, management VLAN are used to take the SSH of the switch. And when you take the console of the master, you can configure anything. Whatever you configure here, all the configuration will be replicated on every switches. Done na? You do not need to go on every switches. No. Even on this switch, if you are on this switch, from this switch, you can configure the VLAN on every switches. For example, on this switch, what is the port number? Gig, this is the switch number 1. Gig 1/0/1248. Yes or no? Are these are the interface no on this switch?
Yes, sir.
On this
Yes,
switch,
sir.
the interface. Gig
140.
Gig 2/0/1248.
248. Yes.
On this switch, what will be the interface?
Egg 3/0/1/48.
Right? And on
Yes.
this switch, gig 4/0/1248. For example, if you got the request and requester is telling, I want to change the VLAN of this switch in VLAN number 110. So what you will do? You just take the SSH of this stack. It means when you take the SSH, it means you are taking the console of which switch? This switch, na? Yes or no? Because this is our master switch. Yes or no? Generally, whenever you are taking the SSH, you are always taking the master switch SSH. Done na everyone? Are tell me why you guys are so silent?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you are on this switch and you got the request to change the VLAN on which switch? This switch, na? So what you will do? You write the command interface range gig 4/0/1/48. Then write switch port access VLAN 110. That's all. It means from this switch, you change the VLAN of this switch. You do not need to take the console of this switch separately. That is the benefit of stack. Clear? Understand? Are you tell me?
Yeah. Yes.
Only single VLAN, sir. This is okay. Fourth stack switch lo 1110 is there. Then only change that only for first is only changing. Then also
110 VLAN 110 is configured every switches.
okay.
I told you now, whatever you configure A, B, C, whatever you configure, every configuration will be same on all the switches.
Reflected too. Okay.
Yes, that all are replicate.
Yes.
Even for example, all the switches are in the stack. Even if you upgrade the iOS of this switch, automatically when you reload this stack, every switch will be upgraded same. You do not need to upgrade the iOS one by one.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yes, one more thing. For example, I want to make this switch as the primary switch or master switch. How it is possible? We change the priority on the basis of priority, guys. Okay, now please remember the term is priority. Higher priority always we prefer. For example, by default priority is 1. Fine. So I set the priority 10. I set the priority, for example, 5. And I do not set priority. So by default is 1, 1. So it means that is called master. That is called slave. And these are called member. Done? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the AP port. We are discussing something different, and then in a flow we go in the different zone. Oh, cool. So that is the AP, guys. That AP is connected with the, there is a hub room, and in the hub room we have a access switch, CCTV access switch, and wireless switch, right now. And I told you access switch generally in 99% case will be in the stack, right? And these are standalone, right, everyone? So it means these two AP are connected with the wireless switch. Yes or no? Yes? Are you tell me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, after that, this access switch will be connected with any idea? No idea.
They are.
Exactly.
DR. Distribution switches.
Sorry guys, one mistake there. Let me correct it. Okay, I just want to clear you one more thing. For example, I just tell you two scenario. If there are multiple switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the 5 switches are in the stack, just tell me in the real scenario, how many uplink will be there connected with the DR? Who can tell me? With this stack.
One.
2.
Nabil, 2. Exactly. Guys, if you connect the one uplink, if it will down, it means all the switches is down now. You have no connectivity with the internet or DR. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Please remember, in a stack, minimum to minimum, we have a how many uplink? 2. That na?
You told this yesterday.
Sorry?
Sir,
You
small
told this
doubt, sir.
yesterday class.
Yes, I told you in yesterday class. Yes. So always remember, uplink always be 2. If you are configuring one uplink, it means you have no redundancy. If that will fail, all the switches will fail, guys. Done. But for example, if you have a standalone switch, this is the single switch. This is the standalone switch. Now tell me how many, this is the DR. How many uplink will be there?
2. 2, sir.
Exactly. 2. Why? Because of the same redundancy. If that will fail, we have a other uplink. So please remember, whatever the you can say whatever the structure, either it is in a stack or either it is in a standalone, we must need how many uplink? 2. Done na everyone? Yes or no? Clear na? Are you telling me,
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
So this is the wireless switch. This is connected with this one, and this will connect with this, like this. Done. So that is also trunk, and that is also trunk. Fine. And that is DR number 1, and that is DR number 2. And that DR will again connected with the, with which one? Firewall.
Firewall.
And this firewall connected like this. Now firewall will be connected. Will be connected. Why?
Internet.
Exactly. ISP.
Shubham,
Yes, please.
why is the wireless switch not connected to access switch?
Wireless switch is not connected with the access switch. Yes, exactly. Good question. So generally, what is the use of the access switch? What do you think? What is the use of access switch? Guys, first of all, I just clear you one thing. Whatever the switch is there on the hub room, all are access switch. Only naming is changed, guys. Understand, Nabil? For
Yes.
CCTV, for wireless, and for access. See, this is generally we are using for the LAN network who are sitting on the floor. Fine. CCTV access switch, we are on this switch generally what is connected? Camera is connected. Okay. And on wireless switch, who is connected? AP is connected. So that's the reason we have a different switch for different purpose. If you are connecting the AP with the access switch, there will be no problem. Yes, you can connect, but it will create the mess. Getting my point? It will create the mess. And even in the wireless switch, you guys will get one additional feature that is called PoE. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes. Sir, AP which is connected, sir? Wireless access switch, it is tag switches, sir.
What I told.
Wireless.
Wireless. Okay.
switch.
Wireless switch, okay.
AP is connected with the wireless switch, not access switch.
Yes, sir.
You can create, but it will create the mess for you. Because even whatever the AP is there, for example, if you are sitting here and in your company, for example, there is a Wi-Fi name is IT. For example, there is different SSID. These are SSID. Okay, na Wi-Fi name. As a network engineer, please don't tell Wi-Fi name. Always tell what? SSID. Okay, na? Always tell SSID, not Wi-Fi name. Who is non-technical, who can tell Wi-Fi name, that is fine. But if you are a network engineer and if you are telling the Wi-Fi name, that is not good. Done, everyone. So, for example, who you are sitting there and one SSID is IT, one SSID is guest, one SSID is, for example, anything, for example, lab, like this. So, how many SSID you are getting here when you are on the floor? 3?
Yes, sir.
And please remember, whatever the SSID, for example, IT, whatever the guest, whatever the lab, all the SSID will be, whenever you configure the Meraki in real time, whenever you configure the Meraki, you need to configure the VLAN also on the Meraki. Okay. So please remember, every SSID is the part of VLAN. Fine. For example, let's suppose this is the part of 100, this is the 101, and this is 102, like this. It means for every SSID, you need to configure the VLAN. Done. So for example, if this user is connected with the IT Wi-Fi, and when you write the command IP config, you will get the IP address. What is the IP address you will get? You will get always the IP address with subnet 100. You will get like this. What is the, for example, in your company, if you are using the 10th network, so maybe you will get 10.1.100.2 like this. And what is this? This is VLAN. I yesterday told you. Right now, everyone? Yes or no? Yes. So please remember, whatever the SSID you are using, that SSID always the part of any VLAN. Okay? Are you clear na?
Yes, sir.
So now there is a ISP. That ISP is again connected with like this. For example, this is the primary one. This is the secondary one. Like this. So generally, in more than 90% case, you guys will get your wireless infra is like this. That is the, you can say, physical infra. That is which infra? Physical infra. Tell me yes or no. Yes, no. Understand? You guys understanding? Yes or no? Tell me, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, no.
Understanding.
Nabil, you understand everything?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes.
Now, this is called, guys, physical infra, but this is not the actual one. Still, something is pending. If you are the user and if you are connected with the, if you are trying to connect with the any SSID for IT, definitely it will ask you the username or password. Yes or no? In a company, whenever you are trying to connect with the company network, definitely it will ask you the username or password. Yes or no? Tell me, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Authentication.
If you do not have a credential, you guys are not able to connect with the office network, right? Now, see how these things will work. This is the AP. This AP is again connected with, who can tell me? Which one? Are tell me. I told you these things.
Meraki.
Miraki, like this. This is not the real wide. That is called virtually, guys. Okay, na? This I am telling about the virtual connection. Miraki. Now, Miraki is again connected with, who can tell me? Miraki is again connected with,
Cisco ISA.
yes, or radius server generally it is calling, or for example, Cisco ICE. Okay, in maybe in CCNP, you guys will get note something about the Cisco ICE. And Cisco ICE, again, Cisco ICE will connect with the,
Cisco radius server.
no,
Active Directory.
exactly, Active Directory. Fine. And who will connect? First of all, this Miraki. For example, you write the username and password. It comes here. What AP will do? AP will forward your credential to Miraki. What Miraki will do? First of all, Miraki will try to authenticate you. Okay, na? So what Miraki will do? Miraki will forward your username and password to
Cisco ICE.
Cisco ICE by the help of one protocol that is called Radius.
Radius.
Okay. So what Cisco ICE will do? Cisco ICE will forward your username and password to Active Directory by the help of one login.
Okay.
What is one login? What one login will do? One login will verify your username and password. Basically, on Active Directory, whatever the username and password you have, that is already stored here. Okay. So what one login will do? One login will verify whatever the username and password you are writing, is it correct or not? Fine, by the help of Active Directory. For example, username and password is verified. Then again, there is one more thing. There is one more additional thing. That is called, who can tell me? That is called MFA. That is called
MFA.
MFA, multi-factor authentication. Either, I told you, either you can use the UB key or either you can use what? Who can tell me? A code, right? Na? So there are two ways. Yes, na? Are tell me. You know, na, everyone?
One more time, Shubham, please.
See,
MFA. About MFA.
one
please.
login, UB key, MFA. Are you guys able to see? This is the UB key. Okay. For authentication, generally we are using. For authentication, I'm just telling, see. Generally, for example, when one login authenticate your username and password with the help of AD. Okay. When it is fine. Then there is a one additional feature of one login. Fine. If you take the subscription of one login, you will get these things. So the additional feature is called MFA, multi-factor authentication. So how MFA work? Generally, there are two ways. Either YubiKey. YubiKey is the hardware device. Looks like this one. Okay. And second one is, guys, OTP system. What is OTP system? Even you guys can see. See, are you guys able to see this one? See?
Yes, yes.
That is one login protect. One login protect is nothing. That is the application you need to install in your mobile phone. Okay. So it means whenever, for example, you are trying to access any company related thing, it will ask you the OTP, and that OTP will generate in this app. See na, these are the OTP, and you need to put this OTP there. Getting my point? Then it will authenticate you, otherwise no. So that is the first way. That is the OTP system. And if you do not want the OTP system, you can use YubiKey. In YubiKey, see, you guys are able to see this one. This is the sensitive area. Here you need to insert your finger. When you put your finger, it will authenticate you. So there are two ways. Either you can authenticate yourself by put the finger scanning, or either you can put the OTP. But that is the more secure way. Done, everyone? Now will understand?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
So when MFA will authenticate, you are correct. Then authenticate will respond to AD. What AD will do? AD hand over all the things to the one login forward to the CISCO ICE. CISCO ICE forward to the Meraki. What Meraki will do? Already Meraki received the packet na here. Yes or no? Right na? Or tell me. Right? When user put the credential and when user trying to access anything through this internet, Wi-Fi internet, packet came here, right? So before Meraki allow you, Meraki first of all authenticate you. So that is the authentication process. Whatever you discuss here, that is called authentication. Okay. Once you will be authenticate, Meraki will assign the VLAN. Meraki will assign the VLAN to your packet. For example, any packet came here to the Meraki. Now Meraki will assign the VLAN. For example, on Meraki, you already configure. Na? For example, if you are connected with the IT SSID, for IT SSID, what is the VLAN? 100? Yes or no? Yes, na? So Meraki will assign the VLAN ID 100. Fine. Now packet will reach on again AP. AP forward this packet again to the wireless switch. On wireless switch again, you already configured VLAN number 100, right? And this is called trunk. And on this trunk, you already allowed the VLAN 100. Packet reach on DR. Fine. What DR will do? On DR, you already configured the default route towards the firewall. So DR forward all the traffic towards the firewall. On firewall, you already created the policy for the wireless. For example, how many SSID is there? 3. Right now, one is for IT, one is for guest, and one is for lab. For example, this is the IT. This is the SSID for IT. So definitely on IT SSID, you allow maximum thing. Yes or no? And tell me right now. And this is the guest. Guest we are using for anyone who visit your office. For example, client visit. For example, any vendor visit. Right now. So that is for the guest. So definitely to guest, you are not going to provide every access. Yes or no? Yes, we are not going to provide each and every access to guest. So for guest, we create the different policy. For IT, we create the different policy. Maybe on IT, you will allow maximum thing over the firewall, and maybe for guest, you will restrict something. Fine. So that is the policy. When traffic will reach on the firewall, firewall check this policy. Yes, check this according to this policy. This is allowed. Firewall will forward this traffic towards the internet. So basically, this is the scenario of wireless for every company. In 99% case, you guys will see this type of infra in wireless. Anyone have any question on wireless? I hope you guys understand. No?